Coming up on Star City News, construction takes over downtown Lincoln.
And a string of car robberies are popping up in your streets.
And some controversial advice on how to handle a bully.
That and more on Star City News right now.
From the campus of the University of Nebraska-Lincoln and the studios of Anderson Hall, this is Star City News Now.
Welcome to Star City News Live at 5. I'm Andrew Ward.
And I'm Reid Kilmer. Our top story tonight, thieves have been targeting one neighborhood over and over.
What are they looking for? Anything left in a car.
Star City News reporter Lindsay Burning is live on the scene with more.
Yes, Reid, just within the last week, 11 cars were broken into in the 40th and A Neighborhood Association area. I talked to several people around here, and all were surprised, saying it's usually a safe and quiet neighborhood.
Emmy Bowe has been living in Lincoln for 30 years and has never had any problems, but now she's on edge.
The guy was standing in the alley looking into our backyard, studying carefully. He would scope and look carefully at every angle, and he would think. He was not a casual, I'm curious, about your backyard.
Bowe said her daughter was home alone when she saw the strange man standing by her backyard wearing a hoodie pulled over his head. Since then, she has taken extra safety precautions.
I'm leaving lights on, and I am securing all the spots in my backyard that I consider vulnerable, But ever since the dog barks or any strange noise, I feel the tension in my stomach.
Bowe says the GPS was also stolen from her car about a month ago when she left it unlocked for only a few minutes. Lincoln Police Captain Martin Farringer was the one that connected all of the thefts reported were within a few blocks of each other. The robberies go north to south from about C to F streets and west to east from 34th to 44th.
To be on the lookout for people after dark, especially that are walking down the street or looking into cars, maybe using a flashlight. We periodically do get people that call in on that, and we usually have very good success of catching people that are in the process of breaking into cars when people do call in.
Now, in all 11 cases, the vehicle doors were just left unlocked. Police say to make sure to lock your vehicle doors, try to park under a streetlight, and hide all valuables like purses and electronics from plain sight. Live for Star City News, I'm Lindsay Burning.
And that was Lindsay Burning reporting live for Star City News. And you can stay tuned for more on this story by following us on Twitter. That's at @Star_City News.
And in other crime, the new Nico Jenkins drama is over for now. A judge found Jenkins responsible for murdering 4 Omaha people. Jenkins first pled guilty, changed his mind, and then pled no contest on Wednesday. As for the death penalty hearing, Jenkins requested the judge notify him with a letter what his verdict will be. And Lincoln police arrested Stephen Preister, an associate director of a child welfare center, on suspicion of public nudity. Officers say he exposed himself to several underage girls at the Cornhusker Marriott Hotel. Police suspect Preister had been drinking, and he pled not guilty and posted bail earlier this week.
A Lincoln man is facing an 80-year prison sentence today. Gary Terrence posted bail Wednesday afternoon after police found about 23.5 pounds of marijuana, $230,000 in drug money, and a collection of guns in his apartment. A Crime Stoppers tip led the officers to the stash. And now to a story we've been covering for the last couple of months. You can now have a drink while watching a movie at one Lincoln theater. The Nebraska Liquor Control Commissioners approved Marcus Theater's request for a liquor license yesterday. 6 people protested the proposal at a hearing, but the commissioners still couldn't find a legal reason to deny the request. Marcus already has liquor licenses at 3 Omaha locations.
Yeah, and it looks like the trips to the movie theater are going to get a little bit more pricey.
Yeah, they were saying that they're going to jump up that price so they don't buy drinks for minors there. But coming up next, if you've been downtown, you might have noticed an increase in orange cones. I'm not talking about ice cream cones.
Brianna Foster will be live with more when we come back.
Well, it was another chilly April day, but with a significant warm-up in the forecast, could this be the end of the roller coaster ride? I am meteorologist Matt Garrity, and coming up next, Chief Meteorologist Amber Michael will have your full forecast.
The Lincoln Children's Museum is an exciting family experience for everyone. It offers 3 floors of hands-on exhibits and imaginative programs that allow children and adults to discover the adventure of learning through play together. Build, dance, play, climb, sing, and laugh at the Lincoln Children's Museum in Lincoln, Nebraska. Here you can be whatever and go wherever your imagination takes you. The Lincoln Children's Museum invites children to create, discover, and learn through the power of play.
More than 4 million lives are saved each year, thanks to ordinary people who simply donate a pint of blood. One simple donation can save up to 3 lives. The friendly staff of the Nebraska Community Blood Bank are there with everything needed to help you be that hero. Saving lives is just an appointment away. Call 402-486-9414 to set up your appointment today. Be the hero.
Get in touch with your state history at the Nebraska History Museum. Even if you're from out of state, the Nebraska History Museum provides an excellent look into the life of Nebraska, from the very first Nebraskans to more recent times. The museum has so many exhibits to draw you in and really discover Nebraska's past. The Nebraska History Museum is located at 15th and P Streets, so come visit today for some quality history.
Welcome back to Star City News. I'm Reid Kilmer.
And I'm Andrew Ward.
And there was a big announcement today that could lead to city reconstruction.
Brianna Foster is live in the studio with the details.
Yes, the mayor held a press conference today announcing a possible multi-million-dollar plan that could add up to better roads. However, it doesn't come without downsides.
Better driving conditions come at a cost. The $16.6 million for the project would come from the federal government and city savings, benefiting I-80, Northwest 48th Street, and the South Beltway project.
The South Beltway is a top priority for the administration, both in terms of speeding traffic and improving safety. The 3,000 accidents over the last decade on Highway 2 demonstrate the critical need to increase South Lincoln's road capacity.
The mayor says the highway wasn't initially the first priority. However, the driving forces behind the plan include federal restrictions and time constraints, making this the next best option. The city also needs a $40 million match for the Beltway. The mayor says the shift in funds helps close the funding gap, but putting off other road needs means those will end up costing more as a result of the project.
It's so difficult to be prepared and know what funds you're going to have to start that engineering and the environmental process when we don't know, but on an annual basis.
The Nebraska Department of Roads is on board, but the City Council and Lancaster County Board would still need to approve the agreement for it to be finalized.
Thanks, Brianna. And what else was covered at the press conference today?
Well, many of the community leaders talked about Lincoln Cares and also Two for Trees, which are 2 programs that benefit the community.
How can people donate to those?
Well, there are different ways, one in which you can add either $1 or $2 to your bill, your water bill or electric bill, or you can do it the simple way via mail or online.
Well, thanks, Brianna, and good job with the story.
Thank you.
And today is the last day of the Nebraska legislature. Governor Dave Heineman said the most important bills passed were those that would produce more than $412 million in tax relief over the next 5 years. Heineman said he was disappointed that the senators couldn't get the reform for the Prisoners' Good Time Law.
And a wrecking ball could find the Pershing Center. Lincoln is considering tearing down the 57-year-old auditorium to make way for redevelopment. Nothing is official yet, though, as the city is weighing the costs of deconstruction and selling the building to developers. Demolishing the auditorium would cost around $10,000, and the city has until the building closes in August to decide. And one Lincoln Elementary School tried to give some advice on bullying, but it didn't turn out the way they wanted.
No, it didn't, and Larry Brown Howe has more on the story.
The controversy over a bullying pamphlet was ended here at Lincoln Public School System's district headquarters on O Street. Parents of 5th graders that attend Zeman Elementary School was sent home flyers to discuss how to handle a bully. Some of the rules that have parents up in arms was treat a bully as if they care for you, don't be a sore loser, and don't tell on bullies. I spoke to a counselor here today at LPS, and she told me what went wrong and how LPS is handling it.
The information is from a published curriculum, and so it was out there and just not vetted in the typical way that pieces of information going home are vetted. And so out of context, then of course it gave it an impression that isn't following the policy that LPS uses as best practice.
LPS said the memo wasn't produced from somebody that's connected with the schools, although they won't comment on who actually produced the pamphlet. Lejadro said after speaking with students and faculty at Zeman Elementary, students know the do's and don'ts of bullying.
The message that kids were hearing today, they were getting an opportunity to do some role-playing and some skits to demonstrate what the difference would be between a situation that's just a mean behavior and one that's bullying. So I think the goal is to make sure that kids understand what to do when a bullying situation happens and to not have any ambiguity about that as much as possible.
Reporting for Star City News, I'm Larry Brown.
Thanks, Larry. Coming up, a new recruit commits to Husker football.
And meteorologist Amber Michael has your weather forecast after the break.
Thousands of people safely donate plasma every day. All it takes is a little time to save people with bleeding disorders, immune deficiencies, severe burns, trauma, and other conditions. Our highly trained staff follows strict safety guidelines when collecting your plasma to ensure your well-being and comfort. Plasma is the important source material used to make life-saving medicines, and it can only come from healthy adults. Save a life today. Donate plasma at Biomat, where we have pride for donors and passion for patients.
Don't let the disability you face stop you from going to the places you need to go. Through the busing system of Lincoln StarTran, the Handy Van services are there to give you the transportation you need. Everybody has places they need to go within the city. Handy Van will ensure that you are able to get there. For questions or to apply, search Lincoln Handy Van online or call 402-441-7871 today. Your destination awaits.
This year marks
City News. I'm Andrew Ward.
And I'm Reid Kilmer.
And I'm ready for some nice weather to come here and then stay. This last week was just crazy.
Yeah, so am I. I mean, we've had snow, rain, lightning storms, everything. So let's find out what the weather has in store with us with Amber Michael.
Here's what's happening outside right now. This is Star City News weather.
Well, we saw quite a few clouds this morning due to the cold front that passed through our area last night. Now that high pressure has moved in through the area, it did decrease those clouds, and we did see warmer temperatures for today. Looking at our almanac, 55 was our high for today, a little bit cooler than our normal high of 65, with 33 as our low, again a little bit cooler than our normal high or normal low for this time of year. 50s throughout the entire area, 54 here in Lincoln, 54 as well, and Omaha with a little bit warmer to the south with 56 in Concordia. This evening we will see 48 as we make our way home. Clouds moving into the area with an east wind at 5 to 10 miles per hour going into tonight. Partly cloudy skies, 35 for our low tonight. Southeast wind at 5 to 10 miles per hour as we go into tomorrow. 49 expected by 10 a.m. Partly sunny skies, a southeast wind at 10 to 15 miles per hour, jumping up to 63 degrees by 1 p.m. Those clouds do decrease throughout the area with a south wind at 15 to 20 miles per hour. Those clouds do increase as we go on through the day with the south wind at 20 to 25 miles per hour with 70 expected for our high tomorrow. Now that does bring fire danger into our area, so if you are outside tomorrow, do not be burning anything as it will catch on fire and it will spread very easily. Going into our 3-day forecast, again 70 expected for our high tomorrow, breezy throughout the day, 76 on Saturday with a 50% chance of rain, as well as some thunderstorms late in the evening. Going into our Easter forecast, 52 expected by 6 a.m. Again, an increase in showers, so if you are headed to those early Easter services, you may want to pack an umbrella as it will be wet outside. 11 expected by 64 expected by 11 a.m. and 70 expected as we go into the early evening hours with 40% chance again for some rain. Going into the rest of the 7-day forecast, 72 expected on Monday, 76 on Tuesday, so it will get a little bit warmer as we go through the rest of the week. 79 on Wednesday and 78 on Thursday. It will increase our chances for precipitation as well.
Alrighty, Amber, what about Thursday, Easter morning? We have a lot of people going out with Easter egg hunts and stuff like that. What should we expect then?
We'll have a decrease in showers throughout the late morning hours, and then increase again throughout the afternoon hours.
So we're going to have a little bit of a time period for some good egg hunting.
Yeah, it should be quite the day.
Alrighty, thank you, Amber. Well, as we're heating up next week, and so is the NBA playoff race. Reid, who do you have?
I've got the Portland Trailblazers, Andrew. I think they've got a good shot this year. How about you?
I like Golden State, mainly because of Steph Curry. He's kind of my guy in the NBA playoffs, but don't let me take my word for it. Let's go to Megan Williams in sports to break it down for us.
It's time for sports on Star City News.
Hey everyone, I'm Megan Williams with the scoop on what's happening with sports. First up, Husker recruiting is paying off. Nebraska football received a commitment from Spencer Tiers, who is the number 88 wide receiver overall. He's also the number 12 prospect in the state of Illinois. He will join Husker football in 2016, while Teran Smith, a New Jersey point guard, signed on the dotted line yesterday for Nebraska men's basketball. That makes him an official member coming up in the upcoming years.
On the floor. I can tell she is having such a great time out there. Beautifully controlled.
That was senior Husker gymnast Emily Wong. Wednesday, Wong received the AAI Award, which is given to the most outstanding female gymnast in the country. Wong also received the Nebraska Female Athlete of the Year Award earlier this week. Hopefully her skills are put to good use this weekend as Nebraska gymnastics compete in the NCAA Gymnastics Championships. And it's playoff time. The NBA playoff brackets are set and fans are ready for some good competition. The Spurs got the top seed in the West and the Pacers picked up the East top seed. Here's a look at the matchups. Number 3 seed Toronto Raptors will play the number 6 seed Brooklyn Nets to start off the playoff games Saturday at 12:30. That's all I've got here in sports. Back to you, Andrew and Reid.
Hey, thanks, Megan. Reid, I heard there's a sequel coming up to a pretty fantastic movie.
That's right, and all that and more when Star City News comes right back.
The Lincoln Children's Museum is an exciting family experience for everyone. It offers 3 floors of hands-on exhibits and imaginative programs that allow children and adults to discover the adventure of learning through play together. Build, dance, play, climb, sing, and laugh at the Lincoln Children's Museum in Lincoln, Nebraska. Here you can be whatever and go wherever your imagination takes you. The Lincoln Children's Museum invites children to create, discover, and learn through the power of play.
More than 4 million lives are saved each year, thanks to ordinary people who simply donate a pint of blood. One simple donation can save up to 3 lives. The friendly staff of the Nebraska Community Blood Bank are there with everything needed to help you be that hero. Saving lives is just an appointment away. Call 402-486-9414 to set up your appointment today. Be the hero.
Get in touch with your state history at the Nebraska History Museum. Even if you're from out of state, the Nebraska History Museum provides an excellent look into the life of Nebraska, from the very first Nebraskans to more recent times. The museum has so many exhibits to draw you in and really discover Nebraska's past. The Nebraska History Museum is located at 15th and P Streets, so come visit today for some quality history.
Welcome back to Star City News. I'm Andrew Ward.
And I'm Reid Kilmer.
Well, Nebraska basketball struggled in the NCAA tournament this year, but Pinnacle Bank Arena seems to be doing fine in its own bracket.
Yeah, they've been all over the internet, and let's find out a little bit more from Star City's Veronica Grizzle on social media.
Stay connected with the latest social media here on Star City News.
What's up, Star City? I'm Veronica Grizzle, and here is the latest trends in social media. It's award time, and the best arena in college basketball goes to, you guessed it, the Pinnacle Bank Arena. Nebraska ball fans took to Twitter to spread the word to vote for the PBA for the best facility in college hoops. In just its first year in operation, both the men and women's teams put Nebraska on the map. The PBA won over Butler's historic Hinkle Fieldhouse, amassing more than 50,000 votes. Sorry, all you smilers, Miley has canceled her Bangers tour in Kansas City and St. Louis. Fans in KC were lined up outside of the Sprint Center when just minutes before the concert, it became known that Miley was hospitalized for a horrible reaction to medication. She tweeted out this picture in her hospital bed where the star still remains. There is no word on when she will be back on stage. Arnold Schwarzenegger has tweeted out a picture that has people talking on Twitter. Schwarzenegger snapped this photo with his son Patrick, who was still knocked out from anesthesia post-surgery. Schwarzenegger gave his most sympathetic, good-humored frown, and when his son woke up from surgery, he found out that his dad had photobombed him. Hello! Well, the news broke on Twitter that there would be a sequel to Miss Doubtfire. My childhood dream has come true. And here are a few of my favorite scenes from the original movie.
The water's boiling.
And Robin Williams will be back as the dad turned housekeeper. Hashtag Mrs. Doubtfire has been trending throughout the U.S. as one of the most talked about subjects on Twitter today. That's all for your social media. Make sure to watch some of our previous newscasts on YouTube and follow us on Twitter.
Thanks, Veronica. I'm really excited to see that new Mrs. Doubtfire movie.
Veronica's impression is pretty darn good. That first movie was fantastic.
And coming up, a former NBA star is back in the news.
And find out what body part a rapper cut off. Amanda Saltero has more in entertainment.
And now for the latest in entertainment on the Star City News Network.
What's up, everyone? I'm Amanda Saltero, and I've got your entertainment news fix. Who did the End Violence Against Women Coalition named Sexist of the Year? Robin Thicke, of course. Apparently you can't say what a pleasure it is to degrade a woman in an interview. His Blurred Lines song lyrics and video played a role in the group's decision. Here's a clip and you can decide for yourself. Lamar Odom has headed back to the court. The New York native is returning to his roots and playing for the Knicks for the rest of the season. The team announced the deal right before game time, but since the Knicks are not in the playoff race, the contract was basically just for one game. Better than nothing. Wu-Tang Clan rapper Andre Johnson did the unthinkable. He cut off his penis and then attempted suicide by jumping off a building in North Hollywood. He was severely injured but survived. There's no word on why he did it, but just hours before, a music video featuring him went up on YouTube. Interesting. Well, that's the entertainment news I have for you. Let's send it back to Reid and Andrew at the news desk.
Thanks for that update, Amanda. Andrew, I've been seeing colorful eggs everywhere I go on campus today.
Yeah, that's all because it's a part of the UNL campus-wide events. And Ryan Swanigan has more with U News after the break.
Thousands of people safely donate plasma every day. All it takes is a little time to save people with bleeding disorders, immune deficiencies, severe burns, trauma, and other conditions. Our highly trained staff follows strict safety guidelines when collecting your plasma to ensure your well-being and comfort. Plasma is the important source material used to make life-saving medicines, and it can only come from healthy adults. Save a life today. Donate plasma at Biomat, where we have pride for donors and passion for patients.
Don't let the disability you face stop you from going to the places you need to go. Through the busing system of Lincoln StarTran, the handy van services are there to give you the transportation you need. Everybody has places they need to go within the city. Handy Van will ensure that you are able to get there. For questions or to apply, search Lincoln Handy Van online or call 402-441-7871 today. Your destination awaits.
This year marks.
Get the latest campus info with U News.
Hi everyone, Ryan Swanigan here with your U News on Star City News. We start with hockey, where it's been the passion of UNL junior Zach Miller since he was a little kid. After receiving some devastating news in the offseason, his teammates became his support group and he became their inspiration. Star City's Kelly Keough has more.
UNL junior Zach Miller began playing hockey at 10 years old. He calls it a passion that he still carries with him today. Up until his sophomore year, Zach was just like every other club hockey player at UNL. He played for the love of the game and the lifelong friendships. That all changed after his sophomore season.
After my second year of hockey, I wasn't feeling very good. It was about April. I was figuring, coming after the season, it was a tough season. I was just getting sick. My family had met everything for the year, so I decided to go to the ER. The doctor was very blunt about it. She was like, "We think you have leukemia." He confirmed that I did have leukemia. I had ALL, acute lymphoblastic leukemia. It was a huge shock, really, because I hadn't been sick or anything. I was really healthy. I hardly ever went to the doctor except for like physicals for sports and checkups. And it hit all of my family and my girlfriend and her family and everybody I knew really hard.
Throughout Miller's long battle with leukemia, he says the love and support of his teammates over the last few years have been so important.
My teammates have been great. They joke around a lot. I am the brute of a lot of jokes, but it's all in good fun. The coach calls me the chemo kid whenever I do something good.
He always comes to practice with a smile on his face. He's definitely the unquestioned off-ice leader of our hockey team. It was just last week. I asked him, he was looking a little slow out there. I was like, "Miller, what's wrong?" He's like, "I just had chemo 7 hours ago," and it's like, wow, if you don't ask a guy that, he won't tell you.
Today, Miller, his family, and teammates are happy to say his leukemia is in remission and he can go back to doing all the normal things, including practicing with the team. Just last Christmas, Zach proposed to his longtime girlfriend Amanda. They plan on getting married next summer. For Star City News, I'm Kelly Keough.
Thanks, Kelly. History came to life earlier today on the Nebraska campus. The Nebraska Union Green Space turned into a Civil War campsite as the UNL History Club offered a free chance for students, faculty, and staff to experience the event. The Sons of Union Veterans of the Civil War reenactors put on the event. A detailed presentation will happen at 7 this evening in the Union as reenactors will discuss the uniforms of weapons and other attributes of a soldier. It gets better. That's the tour name of the Gay Men's Chorus of LA performing at the Leeds Center tomorrow night at 7:30. The performance includes a show of stories, songs, and multimedia featuring appearances by the concert chorale from Lincoln High School. For tickets, call the Leeds Center box office at 402-472-4747 or visit leedscenter.org. Finally, with Easter weekend officially upon us, student involvement decided that the Easter Bunny needed to make his appearance felt. So, these were left across campus overnight. That's right, Easter eggs with the hashtag Husker Hunt were on them, placed outside Memorial Stadium, over on East Campus, and even right here inside Anderson Hall. While the eggs didn't include slips of paper informing students they won a scholarship, they were filled out with delicious chocolate treats. And with that, it's time for us to scramble on out of here. For this U News report on Star City News, I'm Ryan Swanigan. Have a great Easter weekend, everybody.
Thanks, Ryan. And speaking of Easter, what are your plans for this weekend, Reid?
I'm going to be hanging out with my family doing Easter activities and tuning into the NBA playoffs.
That sounds about what I'm going to be doing, except I'm hoping that the rain holds off so I can play a little golf this weekend too.
Well, let's hope so. But if you've missed any of our shows, then you can feel free to type into YouTube by typing in Star City News and check them all out. But other than that, that's all we have tonight. I'm Reid Kilmer.
And I'm Andrew Ward. You stay classy, Lincoln.